All right, let's roll around this job real quick. That's where we started at. There's Derek's pickup truck. We're gonna go over here and back to the Ford, and then we're gonna spin around here. So look, there's planted trees. Looks like rows of corn right there. The stuff never quits growing. That's all planted back. Yeah, we've covered a pretty good area right here. It's kind of cool because what we're cutting now is what we cut back in the 90s. So believe it or not, the folks who think we're going to cut down all the trees, it's not going to happen because, like I said again, we're already cutting stuff that we cut back in the 90s again. So that is very cool for me to, have been around that time period like that and are returning to cut once again something that we cut before in the past. So it's pretty neat. All these trees are planted. They're hand planted too, by the way. So you can see what we're cutting right here. Good, nice size area. This track is approximately 200 acre clear cut. You're better off here clear cutting. Once the trees are planted, when they get about 16 years of age, they'll be thinned one time, row thinned, and then they're clear cut. It depends on how the track is doing. They'll be clear cut anywhere from, say, 23 to about 28 years old, something like that. We're not looking for a large stem here. About a 24-inch stem, 20 to 24-inch stem is probably average here on butt size. And the reason why is because you can take that 20 to 24-inch stem and it'll run like a streak of lightning through a mill. That's your best, fastest production for a mill is a stem that size. And then it's easy to handle. The mills can just, they can move them. They go through the merchandisers really quick, and then they go through the saws really quick. And so it works. It's a perfect size. You start getting up into that 28-inch diameter stuff, it starts getting too big for most all these mills around here. So we still have the hardwood log mills. They can still handle a large stem. I say that. There's that actually can get too big for them too. That tree that I cut here a while back, I actually went back to the mill and split them 2 logs for them down there. They just couldn't do anything with them. They were so big, they couldn't even handle them. So I ripped both of them and busted them for them where they can handle them. I'm not sure where Derek is at right here. There he is. He's right there just cutting away. So the fuel has kicked off on the tank. So I need to get up there and finish topping off and then hop back in my loader and get to helping Kevin up there a little bit. Stuff like this right here in a track cutter is just gravy to cut. Because when he cuts a swath, when he gets a swath set up, he's cutting about a 50-foot path at one time is what he's covering. So I'm from where he was about 850 feet from where I'm at, and I'm 100 yards from the loader, so he's only about 500 feet from the processor right there is all. So I would imagine he's fixing to swath that out right there. There's Chad right there going back to Kevin. Yeah. So we're gonna roll on along. We're gonna keep our fingers crossed that the meal will take Friday, and we can have a really good week this week, hopefully. All right, so this clip right here is the end of the day on Thursday. We're wrapping it up, and I'm gonna show you. I'll take the drone up basically the same area, spin it back around, and you can see the difference between what we cut in 4 days. This is just 4 days of cutting right here. We started on it on Monday, and it's Thursday afternoon. So this is it. Derek's went around that road and around to the left over there. Fair little piece too. At the end of the day today, I had hauled 25 loads. So Monday we got 19, Tuesday we got 24, Wednesday we got 24, and then Thursday we got 25. So we, as Thursday in 4 days, we had hauled 92 loads of wood. And right at the end of the day today, on Thursday, we got the text saying that Millport was not going to take wood on Friday. So we got the rug snatched out from underneath us on having a 100+ load week, because we probably would have come in there Friday and ran 20 loads and went to the house, which would have put us, over 100 loads. And disappointing, yeah. But that's just how logging is. I mean, it's just, you can do everything right and think you're going to be able to capitalize on something, and then everything go backwards on you. And that's just how it is. So enjoy the rest of this video here. Appreciate y'all. I'm sitting here watching the doves fly on the field. We've got them right now if it'll just stay like that. We don't get no cold snap or anything. Between now and Labor Day Saturday, we'll be in good shape. But I mean, they're just constantly. There's no telling what's on the field right now. So what I'm about to do is I'm about to drop the disc off, unhook from it. I'm gonna load the tractor. I'm gonna hook up to my gooseneck, throw the tractor on the gooseneck. I'm carrying the tractor back home. Gonna put the loader back on it, and I'm gonna put the Rake Master grapple rake on there, and then I'm gonna bring it back tomorrow in the morning when I start bush hogging, and then I'll have the grapple on there in case I need to move a tree or anything like that, because there's usually always going to be a tree or two on these roads. So I'll get this disc unhooked here. I wasn't filming any of this, but I will show y'all how easy it is to take this loader off here. Just release these, let them go down. They've got a catch on them. These pins right here are shoved in like this, all the way in right there. And what you do is you just rotate them down and then pull them out like that right there. Then you jump up here on the tractor. Before you unconnect all that stuff right there, you tilt the bucket back, go down with it where it's flat. And what it'll do, it'll pull the loader up away from the tractor. All right, watch it. Had the bucket tilted a little too far forward. All right, now we're gonna go around here and connect all these hoses. It's ready to back away now. So these hoses up here out of the way. Set them up there on top of the cylinder and you can back away from it now. I got some plugs I'm gonna put in there real quick. Got some others in my shop for those two right there. I'll get them. That thing is a little beast without the loader on it, man. It'll walk the dog and kick the cat. Alright, I'm about to put the loader back on. I'm gonna put a little anti-seize where this pin goes through. Make sure it stays good. And easy to get in and out each time. I will give it to John Deere. They've got it fixed up where it's very easy to do. Done the tractor. So all I do now is just drive up in between there till I kind of get it close, and then I'll connect the lines up on the valves back here over on the ports on them, and then I'll make it rotate down into the cradle on the machine on the tractor. Y'all can see. Oh yeah, y'all can see. And so these other two are for the grapple.
She's done there. Alright, so now all there is to it is you make it pivot back, and it goes in that cradle right there. When it drops in that cradle, the pin line up, and you just shove the pins in and she's ready to go. Pick it up, fold the legs back up on it, and that's it. You may have to move the tractor, back or forward, because it's gonna have an arch in it when it pivots. Latch right there. So that's all there is to it. It's ready to go, except for you got to fold these legs up. So this one is different than my case that I had. You had to have tools to take my case loader off. You had to take an 1.5 bolt out of each side to take the case off. But the connection on the case was simpler. It had one of those golly, it was just a whole block. You just rolled it and all the lines connected together, but I didn't have the power beyond going to a WR long valve. That's the WR long valve right there where it's mounted. And so I'm gonna drive out here now, take the bucket off and put the rake master on. So a lot of folks don't know this, but if you buy a loader from John Deere, you can actually order it already plumbed up with the auxiliaries up there. They go up in behind that little cover, it says John Deere, and they come up under, go in the left hand side in the boom right there, and they're real clean. They run through the boom all the way back out there and come out at the top back there by the exhaust. But when I got mine in 2017 here, it was $160 extra to get that done like that. A lot of dealers, I don't know that a lot of dealers know it. Some do, some don't. But for $160, I'm not running lines all the way back there to the back and I'm having look bad. So this is pretty simple right here. So when you buy the WR long valve, you also get a new joystick top. It has a toggle switch in it. I'll show it to you here in just a second. It's really cool. It makes it kind of finished. You just wire it all in. As you can see, that thing will open up. Let me get the camera out. That thing will open up very wide. So if you've got a tractor, that rake right there and grapple cost $2,800, or well, that's what it cost when I bought mine. It may be a little bit different now. I mean, metal fluctuates a good bit in cost. But you can see it's 1 inch on the outside, and all the tines in the middle are all 1 inch thick. They're laminated to 1/2 inch, and then this is 1/2 inch right there, just like you seen in my video the other day. He makes them with the skid steer quick attach or the John Deere European mount. So I'll show you the button on the joystick. See it right there? It's just a two-way toggle. Down, closes it, back up, opens it. Just run the wires. It comes with a pigtail on it. You just change the top of the joystick out. So that thing will walk the dog right there now.